Hey guys, J-Chops here, back with another killer commentary. I'm going to be playing Spirit for this video, and so I'm going to kind of walk through her best add-ons that like most people would run. I would say these are probably her best two add-ons right now. Just unless you're running something like insane. I'm just going to kind of go with green and yellow and just keep it simple. This one, it increases your speed while you're in your husk, which is your power. So for those of you who don't know, Spirit's power is if you right click or whatever your secondary button is, you go into a haunting phase. It's also known as husking, and you pretty much just become your character stands still, and you will travel in like kind of a second dimension, I guess you could say. You pretty much travel around while your body stays still, and then you teleport to a different spot based on where you go while you're in your power. I can kind of explain it a little bit more when we get into game, but that's the very basic way to explain it. As for add-ons, so you want something that makes you faster while you're in your power, and then you want something that increases the duration. Other ones that are really good are the charge speed, which makes it so when you start your husk animation, it is super fast, and it makes it so that you can get quick downs. Really good for if you're doing like mid-loop husks and stuff like that. So this husking setup is more for distance. It'd be something that you want to do for catching people off guard, catching up to people, etc. If you run this, it would be for you'd run this with probably like a recharge add-on. This right here. So you'd run this and the flute, and this is a super good combo for in loop, like in chase husking, because this makes it so you can husk really fast, and this makes it so that it recovers fast so that you get more husks. I'm going to be running the shoes and the duration because it's just a personal preference. Put on up. This is just for blood points. So barbecue and chili, really good perk for tracking, and you can get up to double blood points if you stack it correctly. Most M1 killers, Spirit being one, you will want to run Sloppy Butcher because it makes it harder for them to heal. So if you keep people injured, that's really good for you. Pop Goes the Weasel for just basic gen regression so that I can kind of control the game a little bit more and help with my snowball. And then Strider is super good on Spirit because it pairs really well with her power, because when you're in the power, a lot of what you rely on is scratch marks if they're running, and then you rely on sound. And so if the survivor's hurt, it's super easy to hear them, and even if they're not hurt, you can hear them breathe loud. So like you can always hear the survivor pretty much. And then you getting used to Strider is a little difficult. It takes a little while to kind of understand how to use it, kind of how to pinpoint where everybody is based on sound and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's relatively simple to use once you get the hang of it. It's very similar to Whispers, where once you start to get down like the whole tracking ability of Whispers, it's similar to that. Looks like we got a 4-man console. So this is a very standard build for most M1 killers minus Strider. So if you ever play M1 killers, I would say the best perk setup you can do right now is Barbecue and Chili, Sloppy Butcher to keep people hurt, Pop for basic gen regression, and then fourth of your choice. If you want to be sweaty and gain rank, best to do right now with the current patch is running Ruin. So you run Ruin and then you run Pop. They don't work well together because you can't pop a gen if you have Ruin because it auto regresses, but if you do lose Ruin, then you have Pop as insurance. And then if they don't cleanse your Ruin totem, then you just have constant Ruin pressure. So super good combo together. It's better, in my opinion, it's better than the whole Ruin Undying meta that's kind of going on right now. So I think it's a little bit more consistent, because if you lose Ruin and Undying, then you're losing 2 perks, whereas this way because you can kind of assume most games you're going to end up losing your Ruin. I think it's almost inevitable that you will lose your Ruin 99% of games. And so depending on how long it lasts, you'll get value out of that. And then when you don't have it, you still have a backup plan. So it's almost like an insurance kind of thing, where I mean, you just use it until it dies, and then when it dies, you have something to save you as well. That's if you want to run gen regression. If you're trying to improve at the game, I do recommend running some kind of gen regression perk, just because the way the meta is, a lot of it's a lot of like gen focused stuff. So I'm not saying you're going to get gen rushed or something like that, but it's nice to have something to kind of defend against gen rushing if you were to get gen rushed, or they were to do gens fast, however you want to say it. I play both sides, so I understand, like, the only objective for the survivor is to do gens and save their friends, right? Gens and friends, that's it. And then once you're done with that, there's not much else to do. So you kind of just want to, I guess you just want to have, sorry, I was stretching. You just want to have like some kind of a defense against it. So we got Shelter Woods, pretty good map for Spirit. A lot of little things. I'm gonna just kind of go over some little tips, some more advanced stuff, some basic stuff. So pretty much what you want to do, basic, very basic stuff, is find the person that you want to go for, and then husk. Don't husk before you see somebody. And a lot of times, yeah, I thought she might sit on it. Get her here though. It's dead hard. That was perfect. Little delayed on my end because I literally was swinging inside of her, and then she dead harded. But very good dead hard on her end. It's probably just a latency thing. Right here, we're gonna put this guy on this hook. I hear somebody right behind me on this gen, so we're gonna hit her and then pop the gen, just for efficiency. So now we have a sloppy butcher stack going off with her. I get the pop value there, and then I can catch up to her with Strider, and I have, or with my husk, and then I use Strider to track her. So I hear her right here. There's also another person. I know all the survivors are back here now because that gen just popped, and this person that was sitting right next to me was too far away from the gen to be the one that completed it. So there was the person that by the gen that finished, there was that Nia with the yellow on, and so that was the other guy. So you can kind of, once you start playing this enough, you can kind of understand where everything... I was gonna go for that. This guy's gonna disrespect me and sit on this gen. Okay, good. I thought I saw somebody going this way, that's why I went back and hesitated there, but I'm just gonna go for this gen, and we're gonna get a free hit on this guy, I think. Unlucky. Okay. I'm gonna pop this gen real quick, and then I'll commit to chase with him. We're gonna phase just to get over to the chase. Swing through because he sorry, I lost my train of thought, but he put himself in a stuck position there. Did he swing out or did he keep going? Pretty good play. Let's see what he does here. Okay, so they're right there. That was a 50-50, so I don't know what side of the pallet he's going to be on, and he threw it to kind of preemptively block me, which is good on his part, but so I just had the 50-50 there. If I pick the right side, then I get a free down. If not, he wastes a lot of time. Just they have 2 gens done. Let's see where everybody's at. We got 1 over there. Okay, we got 2 over there. Then it looks like 1 here. So this guy will probably come for the save. And we got 2 people on the gen, so we're gonna try to... I'm gonna go for this guy real quick. Actually... So I'm going to try to do something a little bit more advanced here. I'm going to pretend like I'm in a chase with this guy. My terror radius is close enough to this gen, so I'm going to try to grab somebody off this gen. Damn, she respected it. So I remember this guy has dead hard. So I'm going to hit this guy and go back to that gen. Because I think there's 2 people over here. Want to get pop value. I'm going to do a quick check to see if anybody's back here. Doesn't look like it. And then now we just Go back. Okay, so we see this person. We know they have dead hard and they're in a bad spot, so she's gonna try to dead hard past me. That, we just wait for it and then down. She was trying to blend in with the wall or something or sneak back to the gen. If you're playing killer, one thing you can kind of use to give yourself some hooks and stuff is you kind of just bait the pressure of a gen. So this gen is pretty close to being done. So they're just gonna greet it. I'll just pop it and then I'll start this chase with that person. So now should be able to get a hit here. See if we can get them to throw this pallet. We get a free hit. Is Jake's ballsy enough to do that? He's not. Pick her up and put her on this hook. Wow. Oh, power struggle. Okay, I was like, there's no way anybody's around me. That's crazy. But I left her on the ground for long enough for her to get. What we want to do is pick this guy up instantly. I hear that gen going. It's not close enough to being finished, but we'll put this on the hook and then we'll get really good pop value right here. So, and I can assume that somebody's pretty close here. There she is. I picked the wrong locker. She hopped in the other one. See if she goes for the unhook. Fudge, I heard the... Yeah, I saw the Nia in front of me. I'm gonna get this guy on the kill, or kill this guy just because I know they're dead on hook. So that's good pressure for me. Gotta see where this Nia went. Now Wolf is. Almost lost her for a second. Close. Pretty good play. That was a good dead hard. She did it for distance to try to make the pallet, but I think she hesitated on the pallet. Or maybe she thought that the pallet wasn't down, so she didn't think to... Whatever the case. I'll pull somebody off this gen. Is the guy I haven't hooked. LOD's over there. The one thing you want to do as a killer is you want to try to multitask. So right here, I'm going to pretend like I'm chasing this guy, and then I'm going to fake back to the hook because I know this guy's going for the save. And so now it puts them in a really bad spot because they have to decide who to send for the save. But they had to send the other guy, is what I meant to say. So I'll pretend to go for her, and I want to get this Jake. Pretty sure he has Iron Will, because I could very faintly hear him. So one over there, one there. We have really good pressure here because we have a guy on the hook. We just got to pop stack off, and then we have both people injured. So pretty much if I see somebody, they're down. See if anybody's crossing, kind of just... If they're careless enough to let me see them. There's one. Okay, so that we saw everybody. I don't know, I think this guy has dead hard. Wait, remember? Not she used it. Okay, so that Nia has to go for the save now. We put this guy on the hook, pop that gen that's right next to me, and then we're chilling. Might not even pop it. We have 1 gen left, so we do need to keep our gens up, but they're on the opposite side of the map, and then that guy's dead, so what we want to do is we go for this guy. I don't know where he went. But I know this Nia's over here. For her. So right there you do like a little up movement, and it can bait out a lot of dead hards, because in most situations people won't be looking behind themselves when you're like that close ready to swing. They just wait until they see the light move. And so like if you do a little bob up like that, then the light moves a little bit. So with that guy on the last hook, we're just going to go straight over here and use our power to get there. I don't think he'll be able to finish this gen in time, but okay, he's very close. We're just going to pop this for points, but that was a pretty good game. They played pretty well. They split up the pressure and all that stuff really well, so it's good. But yeah, if you like this video and want to see other stuff like this, please leave suggestions in the comments below, because I'm looking to eventually play every killer. But if you're trying to see like, hey, play the pallet build on Spirit, or hey, could you try a Huntress game or something like that, I'm always open to suggestions, so please let me know. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It helps me out a ton, and if you do like the content. So alright, well, GG's guys. Well played. Thank you for watching.